Teaching is a very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber, and future of an individual. If the people remember me as a good teacher, that will be the biggest honor of me. So I am Vince Charles F. Sabad. I will be the one who will present first in our group. And our topic is about ensuring teacher quality through competency framework and standards. A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. Role of teachers. Teachers play a crucial role in the nation building. Through quality teachers, the Philippines can develop a holistic learners who are steeped in values, equipped with 21st century skills, and able to propel the country to develop and progress. Also, this is in consonance with the Department of Education vision of producing Filipinos who passionately love their country and whose values and competencies enable them to realize their full potential and contribute meaningfully to building the nation. It is according to DepEd Order number 36, series of 2013. And it also evidences show unequivocally that good teachers are vital to raising student achievements. Quality learning is contingent upon quality teaching. Hence, enhancing teacher quality becomes of utmost importance for long-term and sustainable nation development. Professional standards for teachers. The Philippine government has consistently pursued teacher quality reforms through a number of initiatives. As a framework of teacher quality, the National Competency-Based Teacher Standards, or NCBTS, was institutionalized through CHED Memorandum Order number 52, series of 2007, and the DepEd Order number 32, series of 2009. Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, which is built on NCBTS, complements the reform initiatives on teachers' quality from pre-service education to in-service training. It also articulates what constitutes teacher quality in K-12 reform through well-defined domains, strands, and indicators that provide measures of professional learning, competent practice, and effective engagement. This set of standards makes explicit what teachers should know, be able to do, and value to achieve competence, improve student learning outcomes, and eventually quality education. And it also founded on teaching philosophies of learner-centeredness, lifelong learning, and inclusiveness among others. So the professional standards therefore became a public statement of professional accountability that can help teachers reflect on and assess their own practices as they aspire for personal growth and professional development. Teacher quality in the Philippines. So the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers define teacher quality in the Philippines. So the standards describe the expectation of teachers increasing levels of knowledge, practice, and professional engagement. So at the same time, the standards allow for teachers' growing understanding, applied with increasing sophistication across a broader and more complex range of teaching and learning situations. So the following describe the breadth of 7 domains that are required by teachers to be effective in the 21st century in the Philippines. Quality teachers in the Philippines needs to possess the following characteristics. So recognize the importance of mastery of content knowledge and its interconnectedness within across curriculum areas. Provide learning environments that are safe, secure, and fair, supportive in order to promote learning or learner responsibility and achievement. Establish learning environments that are responsive to learner diversity. Interact with the national and local curriculum requirements. Apply a variety of assessment tools and strategies in monitoring, evaluating, documenting, and reporting learners' needs, progress, and achievement. Establish school-community partnership aimed at enriching the learning environment, as well as the community engagement in the educative process. So value personal growth and professional development and exhibit high personal regard for the profession by maintaining qualities that uphold the dignity of teaching, such as caring, attitude, respect, and integrity. So the domain one, which is all about content knowledge and pedagogy, is composed of 7 strands. So which are content knowledge and its application within across the curriculum areas. The second one is research-based knowledge and principles of teaching and learning. Positive use of ICT or information computer technology. Strategies for promoting literacy and numeracy. Strategies for developing critical, creative thinking as well as other higher order thinking skills. Mother tongue, Filipino and English in teaching and learning. Classroom communication strategies. So the domain 1, it recognizes the importance of teachers' mastery of content knowledge and also its interconnectedness within and across curriculum areas. And it coupled with the sound and critical understanding of application of theories and principles of teaching and learning. So this domain encompasses teachers' ability to apply developmentally appropriate and meaningful pedagogy, grounded on content knowledge and current research. So it takes into account teachers' proficiency in mother tongue, Filipino, and English in teaching and learning process, as well as needed skills in the use of communication strategies, teaching strategies and technologies to promote high-quality learning outcomes.
Today, I'll going to report the domain 2, the learning environment, and the domain 3 is diversity of learners. So, I am Lorna Jane Ocampo. I'm going to report first the domain 2. So, domain 2, learning environment. So, domain 2 highlights the role of teachers to provide learning environments that are safe, security, fair, and supportive in order to promote learner responsibility and achievements. So this domain centers on creating an environment that this learning focus in which teacher efficiently manage learner behavior in physical and virtual spaces. So in this domain, the teacher must efficiently manage the behavior of his or her students in physical or in virtual spaces. And next, domain 2, learning environment, consists of 6 strands. These are, first, learner safety and security. Second, fair learning environment. Third one, management of classroom structures and activities. The fourth, support for learner participation. Fifth, promotion of purposive learning. And the last one is the management of learner behavior. So, the first one is the learner safety and security. Safety and security also encompasses social and emotional well-being. Student deserve to feel comfortable at school so they can focus on learning and contributing to the learning environment. So in safety security, the teacher must must ma, the teacher must provide safety and security to his or her student for the student to feel comfortable to the classroom and to their students. And next one is, so this is the example of learner safety and security. And the second one is the fair learning environment. So fair learning environment demonstrate understanding of learning environment that promote fairness, respect, and care to encourage learning. So in this fair learning environment, the teacher must be fair to his or her student. Dapat walang bias pagdating sa mga estudyante niya kung paano magturo ang isang teacher. So the third one is management of classroom structure and activities. So demonstrate knowledge of managing classroom structure that encourage learners individually or in group in meaningful exploration, discovery, and hands-on activity within the available physical learning activities. So dito sa management of classroom structure and activities, dapat yung teacher is ma-manage niya ng maayos yung mga estudyante niya para maturuan niya ng maayos and ma-hands-on siya sa mga activities na kailangan gawin ng mga estudyante niya. And the fourth one, the support for learners' participation. So, increasing student participation can have positive effect on classroom learning environment and can help keep students engaged and focused on what they learning. So, in this support for learners participation, the student must participate to the activities that the teacher may na yung teacher na i-assign niya is dapat yung estudyante mag-participate siya doon para magkaroon siya ng tinatawag na positive effect on your classroom para mahasa yung pagpa-participate niya sa klase. And next, promotion of purposive learning. So, demonstrate knowledge of learning environment that motivate learners to work productively by assuming responsibility of their own learning. So, dito, promotion of purposive learning, kailangan na ma-motivate din yung mga estudyante sa mga activities na ginagawa nila na ibinibigay ng teacher sa kanila. And next is the management of learner behavior. Demonstrate knowledge of positive and non-violent discipline in management of learner behavior. So in this topic, kailangan din na yung teacher is hindi niya dapat makita niya din yung mga behavior ng mga estudyante niya para naiiwasan yung pag-aaway ng mga estudyante niya. So next is the domain 3, the diversity of learners. So first, diversity of learners. Domain 3 emphasizes the central role of teacher in establishing environments that are responsive to learner diversity. And in this domain undercourses the importance of teachers' knowledge and understanding of as well as respect for learners' diversity characteristic and experiences as input to the planning and design of learning opportunities. So, in this domain, it encourages the celebration of diversity in classrooms and need for teacher practice that are differentiate to encourage all learners to be successful net citizen in changing local and global environment. So, domain 3, diversity of learning consists of 5 strands. These are the learner's gender, needs, strengths, interests, and experiences. The second one, learner's linguistic, cultural, socio-economic, and religious backgrounds. Next is the learners with disabilities and giftedness and talents. fourth one is learners in difficult circumstances. And fifth one is the learners from indigenous groups. So first is the learners gender, needs, strength, interests, and experiences. So demonstrate knowledge and understanding of differentiate teaching to suits to learners gender, needs, strength, and interests and experiences. So that's the learner gender, strength, interests, and experiences. The second one is the learner linguistic, cultural, socio-economic, and religious background. So in this strand, implement teaching strategies that are responsive to the learner's linguistic, socio-cultural, socio-economic, religious, and backgrounds. So that is the learner linguistic, cultural, socio-economic, and religious background. And next strand is the learner with disability, giftedness, and talents. So use a strategy responsive to learners with disability, giftedness, and talents. So in this strand, lahat naman tayo ay pwedeng makapag-aral, pwedeng matuto, kahit na may disability ka, gifted ka, mas kailangan tutukan yung mga ganun. So next is the learners in difficult circumstances. Demonstrate understanding of special education needs of learners in difficult circumstances, including geographic isolation, chronic illness, displacement due to armed conflict, urban resettlement, and disasters, child abuse, and child labor practices. So, yan yung example ng learners' difficult circumstances. Minsan, yung mga iba, dahil sa sobrang hirap, ay hindi na sila nakakapag-aral. Tulad na lang ng child labor. Dahil nga maagang nagtatrabaho, yung iba hindi nakakapag-aral sa paaralan dahil nga mas inuuna nila yung pangkabuhayan nila kaysa sa pag-aaral nila. So next is the learners from indigenous group. So demonstrate knowledge of teaching strategies that are inclusive of learners from indigenous groups. So eto, yung mga indigenous group natin, kailangan din nilang matuto o makapag-aral. Dahil lahat naman tayo pantay-pantay, kahit na anong religion mo, anong culture mo, kailangan mo mag-aral kahit na Aita ka pa o ano ka pa. Kailangan natin mag-aral lahat. So that is my report, and that's all. Thank you.
I am Romela Estelano. I will discuss the domain number 4, which is curriculum and planning, includes the 5 strands. First is planning and management of teaching and learning process. On this first strand is on how will you plan and manage while you are in a learning process. And the second one is learning outcomes aligned with learning competencies. On the second is think about the outcomes of learning while you are aligned with learning competencies and make an innovation on how will you improve learning. The third one is relevance and responsiveness of learning programs. How will the learning programs be relevant on the topic and how it will become responsive on the given learning program. The fourth one is professional collaboration to enrich teaching practice. On this fourth strands, how will you enhance your teaching practice in professional collaboration to improve and become better? And lastly, is teaching and learning resources include ICT. On this last strands, how will you teach and learn through the use of new technologies and how will you strategies to using technology?
Good day to everyone. I'm Ray Bautista and I will discuss about assessment and reporting, which is the domain 5. So first, what is assessment and reporting? Assessment reporting combine to support students to achieve high standard and to provide the basis for guiding further learning, as well as informing parents about their child achievements. And assessment, it refers to all the way we gathered information about progress in the students learning. So in assessment and reporting, we have a 5 strands. So first is design, selection, organization, and utilization of assessment strategies. So here, in assessing your learner's outcome, you need to choose a design of assessment strategies that you will be using and organize the process. Teachers must exemplify the broad range of strategies in order to his students absorb the idea or knowledge skills and understanding they needs. So next is monitoring and evaluation of learner progress and achievements. So here it is important to monitor and evaluate the learner's progress achievements for this will help you as a teacher uh, with your next step. So if you had observed with your evaluation that your learners are starting to acquire the knowledge you will want to impart with them, then it simply means that you have a good choice of the strategy. But if you had observed that they have a hard time to inquiring, it because most of them is failed with the evaluation. That would be the time to uh, that will be the time that you need to change and apply other strategies that would make your students understand easily. Next is feedback to improve learning. So here, test result, certification, project outputs, portfolio, quarterly grades. These are the some examples of feedback that will show whether your learners are improving with the subject and what are needs to improve. So next is communication of learners need in progress achievement to key stakeholder. So here, as we have seen in the feedback, we will be also seeing the probably finished product with our learners. So we as a teacher, we must give attention with our learners need for them to progress with the subject, contain communication with them, sharing, listening with their ideas is a very practical step to know their their needs to progress. So last is use for assessment data to enhance teaching and learning uh, prac practices and programs. So here, using assessment dates records is big help not only for the learners but for the teachers too. Uh, this will serve as a guide for them to enhance with their teaching strategies and help them to grow and make an unlimited more wider programs in teaching. So that is the 5 strands of assessment and reporting. So that's all for assessment and reporting, the domain 5. So let's move on to the next.
My name is Jaylin F. Calo, and I will be the one who will present to you the domain number 6 and the career stages number 3. Domain number 6, Community Linkages and Professional Engagement. Domain number 6 affirms the role of teachers in establishing school community partnerships aimed at enriching the learning environment, as well as the community's engagement in the educative process. This domain expects teachers to identify and respond to opportunities that link teaching and learning in the classroom to the experiences, interests, and aspirations of the wider school community and other key stakeholders. The domain number 6 consists of 4 strands. Number 1. Establishment of learning environments that are responsive to community context. This means that you need to demonstrate an understanding of knowledge of learning environments that are responsive to community context. Number 2. Engagement of parents and the wider school community in the educative process. This means that you need to seek advice about the concerning strategies that build relationships with parents or guardians and the wider community. Number 3. Professional ethics. As a professional teacher, you need to know or you need to demonstrate awareness of existing laws and regulations that apply to the teaching profession. Number 4. School policies and procedures. In other words, demonstrate knowledge and understandings of school policies and procedures.
I am Elijah Joy P. Katap, and now I will going to discuss the domain 7, which is focuses on personal growth and professional development. Domain 7 contains 5 strands, and these are the philosophy of teaching, dignity of teaching as a profession, professional links with colleagues, professional reflection, and learning to improve practice, professional development goals. So before we proceed to the 5 strands, let's first define what is domain 7 or kung anong contains niya when it comes in the standards of teaching. Professional development and personal growth states that it accentuates teachers' proper and high personal regards for the profession by maintaining qualities that uphold the dignity of teaching such as caring attitudes, respect, and integrity. This domain values personal and professional reflections and learning to improve practice. It recognizes the importance of teachers assuming responsibility for personal growth and professional development for lifelong learning. And now we will going to discuss the 5 strands under the domain 7. First one is the philosophy of teaching. Philosophy of teaching in personal growth and professional development describe how teachers stands what they believe and yung paniniwala nila na yung belief na yun it's makakabuti in teaching ground in terms of learning process and practices. Like for example, the philosophy of teachings that all students will acquire knowledge not only from the book or the content of the book, but also in life. Remember, in philosophy of teaching, students or learner is centered, which teachers articulate and apply a professional philosophy. So next, the dignity of teaching as a profession. Dignity of teaching as a profession. Here, the teachers demonstrate behavior that affords the dignity as a profession by exhibiting qualities. And what are those qualities? Yun yung sinasabi kanina sa domain 7 na kung saan they are caring attitudes, respect, and integrity. Dito, teachers adopt new practices, new skills, identify and utilize personal and professional strength. This is the act na kung saan nagiging role model and advocate ang mga teachers by upholding the dignity of teaching. Next, under 5 strands, the third one is the professional links with colleagues. Here, It pertains with the relationship like the educational or teaching community. Teachers participate in professional community to share knowledge and enhance practices. Diba? Kapag meron interaction, nagkakapalitan ng knowledge na kung saan yung mga teachers is magagamit nila to develop their teaching practices. Fourth, professional reflection and learning to improve practice. Here, teachers demonstrate an understanding na kung saan magagamit nila to improve their practices. And lastly, for the 5 strands under Domain 7 is the professional development goals. Dito, teachers demonstrate motivation to realize and set professional development goals as standards for teaching. Dito, teachers planning to achieve their own goals. As a future educator, we must have also our own goal to be achieved, especially in producing a learners na dapat ma-develop sila holistically and gain a competence na kung saan makakapag-contribute tayo dito sa Philippines to our country and to provide a quality of education for all. And that's for my report. Thank you and God bless.
That I will discuss is stage 1, which is career or beginning teachers. On this stage 1, they have gained the qualification that is needed for teaching professions. They have a strong understanding regarding to their specific subject that they train. And they also process the requisite knowledge, skills, and values that they are the one who manage learning programs and strategies that enhance and improving learning. And also, they seek advice from experiencing colleges to consolidate their teaching process. Thank you, and dun po nagtatapos ang aking topic.
Good day to everyone. I'm Ray Bautista, and our next is Career Stage 2, or proficient teachers are professionally independent in the application of skill vital to the teaching and learning process. They provide focused teaching programs that meet curriculum and assessment requirements. They display skills in planning, implementing, and managing learning programs. So here, career stage 2, or proficient teachers are will experience teachers which make them professionally independent and applications of skills vital to the teaching and learning process. And next is they actively engage in collaborative learning with the professional community and other stakeholders for mutual growth and advancement. They are reflective practitioners who continually consolidate the knowledge, skills, and practices of career stage 1. So here, because of the huge experience they have, they are actively engaged in collaborative learning like seminars and workshop with the professional community with other career stage for continuous growth and for advancement. That's all. Let's move on to the next.
Let's proceed to the career stage 3, or highly proficient teachers. Highly proficient teachers consistently display a high level of performance in their teaching practice. They have high focus situation cognition, are more adept in problem solving, and optimize opportunities gained from experience. Career Stage 3. Teachers work collaboratively with colleagues and provide them support and mentoring to enhance their learning and practice. They continually seek to develop their professional knowledge and practice by reflecting on their own needs and those of their colleagues and students.
career stage. And now we will going to tackle the career stage 4 or tinatawag nilang distinguished teachers. Career stage have descriptors, and those descriptors describe the continuum development within a profession. So distinguished teachers, they embody the highest standards for teaching grounded in a global best practices. Among career stages, distinguished teachers is the highest one because he is the embodied the highest standard for teaching grounded na kung saan they are recognized in a global. Their practices is pang-global na. And they are recognized as the leaders in education. Distinguished teachers they are the leaders na kung saan nagkakapag-contribute to the professions. They are the initiator for collaboration and partnership within the community of education. Diba? Sa Philippines, meron tayong mga tinatawag na deans, principals, presidents of the university, ganon. And distinguished teachers, they exhibit exceptional capacity to improve their own teaching practices and that of others. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, because distinguished teachers exhibit the highest standards when it comes in profession, when it comes in teaching. That's why he exhibit the exceptional capacity to improve their own teaching practices and that of others. They create lifelong impact in the lives of the colleagues, students, and others. As a leaders, of course, they will create a lifelong learning which impact to the lives of their students, their colleagues, and to the others. And they consistently seek professional advancement and relevance in pursuit of teaching quality and excellence. Though they are possess the highest standards in teaching ground, they still seek professional advancement para magkaroon ng quality in teachings, have an excellence when it comes in teaching profession. And distinguished teachers, they exhibit commitment to inspire the educational community and stakeholders for the improvement of educational provision in the Philippines. Distinguished teachers, that's why they are the leaders, they exhibit the highest standards in teaching grounds. They are the inspirations. They become the model of educational community or stakeholders. Kung saan magka-contribute to the improvement of the educational provision in the Philippines.